Welcome back to ABC News Live. First, a judge says the jury has reached a verdict in the Brian Walshe murder trial. Let's listen.
Your Honor, may the verdict be recorded.
It may.
Mr. Foreperson, in the matter of the Commonwealth versus Brian Walshe, Norfolk Superior Court Criminal Indictment Number 2023-0091. As to count one, wherein the defendant Brian Walshe is charged with murder in the first degree, what say the jury? Is the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Guilty of what, sir?
Murder in the first degree.
Murder in the first degree, so say you, Mr. Foreperson.
I do.
Guilty of murder in the first degree, so say all deliberating jurors.
I do.
Thank you. If you could hand that back to the court officer, please.
At this time, we'd move to poll the jurors.
The jury may be polled.
Thank you. Juror number one, juror in seat number one. As to the verdict of murder in the first degree, is that your verdict?
Yes, it is.
Juror number two, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number three, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror number four, as to the charge of murder in the first degree, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Mr. Foreperson, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 8, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 9, is that your verdict? Yes. Juror in seat number 10, is that your verdict? Yes. Juror in seat number 13?
Yes.
Is that your verdict?
Yes.
Juror in seat number 14, is that your verdict?
Yes.
And last juror, is that your verdict?
Yes.
Your Honor, all jurors answer affirmatively that the guilty of first degree is their verdict.
The verdict may be recorded. Please
Thank
be
you.
seated.
Seated.
So, jurors, I want to thank you for your service on this case.
There you have it. The jury has just found Brian Walshe guilty of first-degree murder. That is in the death of his wife. He's accused of killing and dismembering her. He had pleaded guilty to moving her body and misleading police, but had maintained throughout this case that he did not kill her and instead dismembered and moved her body out of fear that he would be blamed for her death. And now clearly a jury is saying they don't buy that. I want to bring in our legal contributor, Brian Buckmeyer, for more on that. Brian, what do you make of this verdict? Guilty. The jury had the option of convicting on second degree, but they went all the way here, guilty on first-degree murder charges.
Yeah, Diane, that shows me that the jury believed there was some form of premeditation, that being the major difference between first-degree murder and second-degree murder in the state of Massachusetts. Premeditation can happen in an instance. It's just a moment of deliberation or can be longer. And so the jury is showing here in their verdict that they believe the evidence showed beyond a reasonable doubt that Brian Walshe had some sort of forethought, whether it be a split second, a second, or longer, in killing his wife, Anna Walshe.
Brian, what happens next? What are you watching for now?
So when it comes to the state of Massachusetts and first-degree murder, it's a mandatory life in prison without the possibility of parole. However, that sentencing is either going to happen today or sometime in the future to afford the victims, not Anna Walshe, of course, but their family members to have what's called victim impact statements. You'll hear some catharsis, the family and friends talking about how the murder and dismemberment of Anna Walshe affected them negatively. I wouldn't expect Brian Walshe's children to be there because of their age, but there would be victim impact statements in this case.
Usually in a case like this, the defense will appeal. What do you expect to hear from his legal team?
I can imagine some form of an appeal saying that the jury made a verdict not based on the evidence or the lack of evidence. I would expect, even though we heard there, and it's very customary, that the jury was polled. Each one of them asked if this is, in fact, their true verdict. There are some very rare instances where the jury feels pressured in that presence, and maybe after the trial is done and everyone's gone home, they may call the defense and say, you know what, this happened, that happened, this is what we thought. If there are any form of impropriety during the deliberation phase or any kind of second guessing that we find out down the road, that could be a potential appeal as well. But in all first-degree murder cases, I would expect some kind of an appeal.
And what grounds do you think they'll go for there? We heard the judge polling the jury, not only asking the foreperson, but polling the jury one by one, this is your verdict, and so on. So what are they going to go after?
The most common appeals that a criminal defendant will use is the two, I would say, are a mistake of law in that the judge applied some sort of mistake in either admitting a piece of evidence or not admitting a piece of evidence that the defense feels was crucial in the jury making their decision. Or Brian Walshe could hire another attorney to handle strictly the appeal and make an argument of ineffective assistance of counsel. That basically attorneys that you're seeing next to him now made some sort of error that changed the trajectory of this case. And but for that error, it would not have ended in a guilty verdict. Those are the two most common issues. Either your defense attorney or the judge made some sort of error.
All right, and there's Brian Walshe, now found guilty of first-degree murder, being put in handcuffs and about to be let out of the courtroom. Brian Buckmeyer, thank you.